Thanks, Ina. Hi, Jacques. Jacques, there's obviously been a lot of focus in the last few weeks on guys like Ifan Ruiz and Ulrich Loh, and deservedly so, given their URC form. Do you feel, though, that there's still a bit of a thing in South African rugby that we're a little bit insular? And I mean, I was speaking with reference to then a guy at the weekend like Jasper Wiese, who puts in an incredible performance in the Premiership final. And yet, his name just doesn't really come into conversations a lot locally. Do you feel like South Africa, we really need to broaden our horizons a bit and fully embrace what's going on in the rest of Europe?
Yeah, if I understand you correctly, Ken, yeah, I think yes, obviously it speaks volumes for the depth that we have, and even if you look at the two gentlemen you mentioned and you look at Dion Fourie in terms of putting in a man of the match performance in the final, and then you look at Jasper Wiese putting a man of match performance in the Premiership, and that's probably where sometimes when we sit here and we discuss players and we say, listen, my job is on a Saturday. If there's Friday night games, we normally get the games about between 4 and 6 hours after they've played. So our job as a coaching staff from the national side, when we are not in camp, is to make sure that we are on every single player that we follow, to make sure that every single game they play, we watch every tackle, every pass, every kick. So when I think if you look at the squad we selected, the names you mentioned and the names that I've mentioned now, I think you can see probably a feather in the cap for the selectors. I think the players that they have selected for this squad are all in form. I think the challenge for us now from a coaching staff is to make sure that we align them. They've been coached now by their franchises for quite some time, and they would be used to their systems. So our challenge will be to align them with us. And some of the players who will come in from locally or come in from abroad, some of them have been part of us for about 60 weeks, 50 to 60 weeks have they been part of us since 2018, almost 40 test matches. So their alignment will probably come a little bit quicker due to experience working with us before. And some guys, although they are in form, will come into our environment and they're not used to how the Springboks do things. And so our challenge is to make sure that we almost bridge that gap as quickly as possible. And I think it's both our responsibility as coaches and leaders and management, and also the players' responsibility to take ownership of that and make sure that they get aligned as quickly as possible. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, thanks, Jacques. Super. Thank you.